You know how I keep joking on my channel that the British government is scared of anything sharper than a teaspoon? I wasn't joking. I've said this before, I've showed you this before, and I'm going to keep on doing it because it's just so unbelievable. Right here, we have emptied the town centre knife amnesty bin. Why is that even a thing? Recovering 87 knives, 3 screwdrivers, a handful of spoons, and forks, and a collection of other household items. This is the police. This is the British police. This is a significant amount of items which could have been used in knife crimes. Could have. And the kind of people handing knives in are not the people who's stabbing other people with knives. How many times do we have to go over this? This is literally just the police patting themselves on the back, and they wonder why nobody respects them. Come on, get real. It gets even better though. We appreciate some of these items aren't necessarily dangerous. Obviously, it's a bloody spoon, but it's the intent of the user which makes said item dangerous. Absolute meme worthy. What an absolute meme. We appreciate that these items aren't necessarily dangerous, but it's the intent of the user. Great, well done. You finally realised that it's the person that matters, not the thing. Say it again slowly. The intent of the user. The user could pick up a brick and smack you in the head with it. The user could stab you with a pencil. Actually, there was a man arrested and charged in England for carrying a pencil. The police decided he was carrying an offensive weapon. That actually happened. Now, the reason he was charged with carrying an offensive weapon is because he did admit that he had it because he said he was going to stab someone, but we're talking about a pencil. And again, to reiterate, a man in Scotland, not too far away from where I live, was charged with carrying a potato peeler. I'm not joking. But I mean, then again, you probably don't think I'm joking because, well, teaspoons. So this here is the collection of evil knives, and yeah, I've already posted this on my Instagram, and I've posted it as a, or what do you call it, just as a regular post on YouTube. But I really want to bring this to as many people's attention as possible because this is just such a joke. Like, this is my country. I live here, not in England. I live in Scotland, and this, I've never even heard of this place. It's in England. I don't know if Scotland has these knife amnesties, but at the end of the day, it's the UK, and I live here. We are a joke. We are an internet. The Americans are laughing so hard at us, and my God, any American that's watching this, please do not give up your gun rights because this is what it leads to. Look, the police are actually posting about handing in spoons. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. You see that right there? That little. Come on. These people are taking themselves serious. Look at that little fork. That little pink fork. Is it even metal? It's probably plastic. Look over here. A pair of scissors. A pizza cutter. Pizza cutters are known for being deadly weapons. Look, how many times have I said it on my channel that most knife crimes are committed with kitchen knives? Well, it's nothing but kitchen knives. Now, I would like to say this isn't confiscated knives. People willingly gave these up. Why? I don't know. Why not give it to someone else who needs kitchen knives? Or do something else with it? I get it, it's probably some old granny who wanted rid of her kitchen knives to do the right thing. Fine, I get that. Whatever. Why you couldn't have just put it in the bin, or if you really had to blunt it with a file or chop it up with a grinder or something, why did you have to hand it into the police? Whatever. What makes it so much worse though is that the police actually expect you and me to take them seriously, saying that this right here Spoons, teaspoons, could be potentially dangerous weapons. The phone that I'm using to record this video on could be a potentially dangerous weapon if I stuff it down someone's throat. A sponge for for washing the dishes could be a potentially dangerous weapon if you ram it down someone's throat. I'm trying to think of some items more innocent than that could. The point is, anything could be an offensive weapon. It's good that they've acknowledged that it's the user, but spoons are everywhere. Like, we're not even talking about, like, we're way past the point talking about gun control. We're even way past the point talking about knife control. We're talking about spoon control. Right now, I'm kind of feeling like I should laugh and cry at the same time. I don't know, maybe as soon as I'm finished making this video, maybe I'll just go and sob in the corner. Because I'm not really sure what else to do. Like I say, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Anyway, for any foreigners, any Americans, or any person living in a reasonable country, or at least a country more reasonable than the UK, please realise that I am absolutely not in favour of this. See, when you're mocking this and when you're taking the absolute piss out of this, as you absolutely should, please don't please don't include me in this. I love knives. I have knives. I've got everything from the small Swiss Army knife. I've got a K-Bar USMC fighting knife. I've got machetes. I've got a couple of swords. This ain't me. Okay? So reserve that for the people that's actually doing this. I think this is absolute nonsense. There's nothing I could do about it. I mean, I'm doing what I can about it. I'm at least bringing this to people's attention. I don't know if there's anyone else on YouTube that's even talking about this. Maybe there is. And by the way, if you're in the UK, or even if you're not in the UK, anyone else that happens to see this video, I encourage you to make videos about this, to talk about this, because this is just sheer absurdity. What makes it worse is most people in the UK probably don't even know about this. How could any reasonable person think this is a good idea? What person in the police force had a look at that and thought, take a photo of that, including the spoons, including this thing, and put it on social media? Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought it was a good idea? Excuse me. Who thought it was a good idea to put a pizza cutter on social media and tell the general public that we've taken dangerous weapons off the streets? Not a single item here. Well, maybe some. Most of these items were not designed as weapons. Now, over here, that looks like a 1918 pattern Lee Enfield bayonet. That's an antique. That does not belong in the bin. Those are worth money. Maybe not in that condition, but that can be cleaned up beautifully. That belongs in someone's cabinet. I would pay good money for a bayonet. A lot of people pay good money for bayonets because they're collectible, they're historical. There's also a kukri. Now, I don't know how old that kukri is. It might be a modern one. I don't know. It might be Second World War. For all we know, it might even be a First World War kukri. Which, those are collectible. Those are worth a lot of money. And we also have what looks like a pair of sparring swords. So I assume those swords are probably blunt. You would use it to do HEMA, historical European, and that, I don't know what it is. A type of martial art where you use swords. You recreate historical fighting techniques. All safe, all legitimate, and we've got what looks like some sort of cheap Rambo knife or something. Mostly used for standard kitchen knives, but wait, what is that? What even is that? That right there. What? I'm done. Feel free to take the piss out of this. I'll see you later.